And we're live.
I forgot how long that 30 seconds was.
What a noisy chair. All right. So, we're back after a little bit of my sabbatical is over. So I guess I learned that the Japanese are pretty much done with foreigners, because what happened to me is I was minding my own business.
Yep.
I was just sitting in a waiting room, and then these people approached me and they put me on a bed and they took me down this hallway. And I don't remember much after that, but they either took something out or put something in, and I'm not exactly sure.
Is this like that episode, the original episode of Venture Brothers, where like Venture wakes up in the bathtub and be like, by the way, we took your other kidney. And it's like, oh.
Yes, I don't know how many kidneys I have. I don't know anything.
How many are you supposed to have?
I don't know anything, but we're back, and so be a little slow for a while. I'm not sure, like, my energy levels are going to be great, but
I certainly can't compensate.
but we're going to try some Call of Cthulhu tomorrow.
Oh, nice.
And see how it's going. But not too bad. And I had of course they shaved me, of course, against my will.
Hold it down. Yeah, I said we swapped faces.
Yeah, right. Yeah, we're slowly turning into each other. Yeah.
Oh, I don't think we want that.
All right, but so good to see everybody in the chat. Nice. Clarion, Matt, Abyss, and Andrew. Hey, how's it going?
I was just sending out the post.
Oh, Chris's mic is a little light. Thank you.
Oh, really?
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I also wasn't talking all that much. There you
go. All right.
I had to take YouTube off my the app off my phone to prevent my kid from using it all the time.
Oh, yeah. Those little kids in there.
Exactly. Shenanigans.
All right. So, so we are. So the printer is operating.
No thanks to me. No thanks to me.
And we even got the app, the remote app going. So that's pretty cool. You can like monitor it and even stop it. If something's going wrong, you can even stop it from the app.
In that case, I think we'll have to get it. I also thought it was hilarious that it used the camera, and the picture you sent me was we could clearly see you through the cover, being like, "Hi."
Yeah, it's actually pointed towards us. But so now all those STLs I've been accumulating will come to good use. So all the stuff from Mantic, and I have a bunch of stuff from the War Games Atlantic from when they originally launched, and War Machine. War Machine's got a digital.
Didn't we also
thing.
back Hard War STL?
Oh yes, yeah. So as soon as they make those available, and that'll be good. I'm curious if the terrain will work for Epic Warpath, which is what you have next to you. Those are space elves.
And here I thought this was I see, picked by goblins.
Yes.
I thought it was some kind of random Blood Bowl pickleball game with goblins. I'm like, this is interesting. No, okay, these are the
they don't have retail boxing yet.
Cool.
Oh, you can hold it up for the camera. They don't have retail boxes yet, but this is Epic Warpath. We got 3 of the base armies and the core rules and everything. I got Plague, the Forge Fathers, and then the Asterians. So we've got dwarves, elves, and diseased freaks.
Okay, guess who's playing elves?
So we'll give that a shot. I'm pretty sure though, without the heavy units and stuff, the armies are going to be very samey. Like they're not going to be not so much.
Fair enough. I don't know,
but and that stuff is digital, so that should be coming. That should start becoming.
The big heavy units were
going to be STLs. Yeah. So that'll be fun once that starts getting in, up to full steam. But they're really tiny. They're 10 millimeter, but still,
really
I guess
tiny.
I was doing the dwarves.
My friend, I was trying to print 2 millimeter stuff.
Tiny.
They're really tiny compared to what?
Right. Yes. So the the models are nice, and they're all on sprues. They're all cast on sprues. So all the base stuff they did. And I guess the bigger stuff that they were actually printing, I think it's something else. It's not going to be the HIPS plastic. And then they're also doing digital files for a lot of the bigger stuff.
So all the digital files that we have that are collecting dust can now be turned into physical models
to collect
physical dust.
Yeah, that's good. I'm tired of that digital dust. I need the real thing.
You know what we need in here? Less space. Right?
Yes. So armies upon armies. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. But so we'll be getting back to normal and hopefully playing some Epic.
Playing something. I gotta get. I keep starting new little tiny projects, and I'm like, I need to finish at least 2 armies.
Right. So
for one time period, or one geographic location to play against each other.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Soon.
That will be good. All right. So should we get started for this week? I don't want to run out of time. Chris has got to get back.
Important people are back in the office.
Yes, right. All right, so let's get started for this week. Good to see everybody, and we are officially back.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Weekly. I'm Jeremy.
I'm Chris.
And this week on the Weekly, Deadlands Dark Ages, which is, I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah, same.
Diamond is still dirty. The bankruptcy continues. Abomination Vaults 5e. So that means Pathfinder 5e, which I don't know. And then there's a humble bundle for Pathfinder 2e, which I think Matt talked about last week, but we'll go over that again because we'll be in the Paizo zone.
Is that what it's called? Why isn't it called the Pi Zone?
Oh, yeah, there you go. Obviously, I missed the chance there. All right, so the first thing, there is a very successful already. They've got good luck, these guys. The Pinnacle Entertainment Group is releasing another Deadlands. And it's a Kickstarter, which is already successful, like by 1,500%. So they did well over there. So what this is, it's Deadlands Dark Ages, of course, for Savage Worlds. So embark on an epic journey across a war-torn Britain filled with marauders, monsters, aided by Merlin's magic hexguns. So, of course, if you know Deadlands, it's a Weird West setting. Yep. This is connected so somehow.
Do they send gunslingers back in time?
Yeah. Yes. That's
okay.
So yeah. If you were wondering what made the Deadlands weird, Wild West so weird, it's Arthurian magic, I guess. So this setting is Britain, circa 877 A.D. So the Dark Ages, and so the players will be in a land besieged by supernatural forces, the Four Horsemen and Morgana's dark magic. So heroes must rally under Merlin's paladins to defend the realm. So this is going to be a core rule book, 244. They really went all out. And I guess that's kind of a Savage Worlds thing, right? Lots of junk, like lots of stuff, coins.
You said junk, not me. All right.
Coins and cards. And there's just a ton of stuff in this Kickstarter. So 244-page hardcover rule book, a dozen standalone Savage tales, but also a plot point campaign, so you can play like kind of one shots or play a campaign. A graphic novel, Merlin's Champion, so almost 100 pages of comics for, I guess, to kind of get you into what the hell is even going on.
Get you in the mood.
Yes, an accessories box, FastForge Terrain, action cards, bennies. I guess those are like poker chips. Yeah. Sorry. I don't like that expression either. That reminds me of like 60s drug, drug slang. Status tokens, die-cut pawns, 12 archetype cards, a 3-panel GM screen, a fold-out map of Britain, and easy assemble 3D terrain. They got it all. So, and there's a Cursed Village expansion with just more die-cut terrain. So it looks like some of the images on the Kickstarter actually look like a miniatures game.
Well, I was just kind of wondering, like, why you kind of like...
Yeah, so they've got pawns and then a ton of terrain. So I guess that it's maybe Savage Lands isn't that tactical though, is it? It's not. Are you counting squares and stuff?
I forget, because even though we did play it a while ago, I played a couple sessions. I really don't think that much of Savage Worlds.
Yeah, right. So it's yeah, but it's and also I forgot premium metal dice. So keep it away from your cheap IKEA dining tables because it'll go right through them.
Okay. No, I was thinking the same thing when I saw all those that list of terrain. I'm like, I mean, it makes sense, right? Like you're using standees and you got pawns and stuff. So why do you have a flat map, right? I mean, like, it did kind of seem to blend into a war game, but I mean, the two overlap a lot, right?
Yeah.
So if people are willing to pay for it, why not?
Yeah, and I guess, and I wonder if they've always done this, or if this is kind of motivated by people playing on VTTs, and when you're playing in person, you kind of want more stuff on the table.
Maybe I hadn't thought of that.
Theater of the mind, because VTTs are almost a video game. You're moving, or a board game digitally. You're moving pieces on a board. So yeah, interesting. So this is the extension of the beloved Deadlands universe. So epic fantasy, medieval horror, and a fast-paced gameplay. Oh, and that's not all the extra stuff they're producing. They're also doing an Excalibur pin, and collector's rewards will include foil-stamped Excalibur item cards, premium metal conviction dice, a display box, and Savage Worlds Players book variant cover with exclusive Deadlands Dark Ages art.
All right.
It's a huge campaign, and I can't believe they funded already. I guess their goal was pretty low though, only 8,800.
I really hope. I mean, people must be doing it by now. I really hope they have calculated how much it's going to cost to like produce all that.
Yes.
Because
times have changed.
Well, times have changed. But my thought is like putting all this extra stuff into a Kickstarter, with my limited business sense, kind of only makes sense if you think you're going to produce it at such scale that it's much cheaper than what you're asking people to pay, right? I mean, that's just basic business sense, right?
Yeah, they've already got 1,100 backers, so it's doing pretty well. It's at 135. It's not huge though. It's at 135,000. But with all that stuff, it's the pledges are pretty big though. I think that's probably why they
have
got
fewer backers, but
bigger stuff. So Pinnacle Entertainment is back from 1994. Deadlands, of course, is the reason that they created the Savage Worlds system, and people keep trying to make it play something else, but I think it just plays the Weird West the best.
Deadlands,
right. So it plays Deadlands the best, but they keep adapting it for other things.
I haven't actually played Deadlands. We've played Savage Worlds, kind of the system that came out of it, and I mean, if you use any system, right? Just because of the way systems work, they have a flavor, right? And sometimes like doing something new in that system means, we're playing a new genre, but it still kind of tastes the same. Right? And that was my experience with Savage Worlds. Like the way things work, you're just like, okay, it does pulp really well. So whatever you're playing, regardless of genre, like this still is flavored like pulp. So if that's what you want, it works, right?
Yeah. So interesting. So they're keeping. I guess it's Dark Ages pulp.
I mean, it would have to be unless they've really changed rules, in my opinion.
Yeah, and it's kind of a little bit confusing. So they're obviously trying to make some connection between the what's the setting for
Deadlands?
Yeah, for Deadlands, it's like 1880s. So it's like 800s to the 1880s.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Like, how did we go back?
Moving
like 1,000 years. Here,
yeah. So we'll see how they do that, and they're trying to explain it because they're like fleshing it out. But so you can join the battle for Britain. On the Kickstarter page, I'll put a link in the description, and see what you think. I was impressed by all the stuff, but it's like, I don't know. You really have to get that on the table to justify boxes and boxes of.
And as someone who is mildly dabbing in historical miniatures, I'm pretty sure there was no like magic and supernatural stuff back in like 1887 Britain. But whatever. Okay.
Right. So we'll see. We'll see how that does. But so that'll wrap up in early October. It launched on September 9th. But so they were successful pretty quick.
Yeah, Pinnacle said they have a post-apocalyptic Deadlands too.
Oh, interesting.
That to me makes more sense.
Yeah. And a lot of systems, we'll even talk about Pathfinder. The Pathfinder settings also have a lot of, there's Savage Pathfinder as well. Yeah, so there's versions of, using that system for lots of different things. So, they're doing okay. They're
great.
Pinnacle's hanging in there.
If regardless of what ice cream you eat, you like vanilla.
Yes.
It's like, wow, this vanilla ice cream is good. Let's flavor it up. Like, wow.
Yes.
The analogy fell apart. Sorry. You all knew what I meant.
So let's catch up with Diamond. What's going on with this bankruptcy, and how long is this going to take?
Forever?
Yes. So the latest headline was Diamond files adversary proceedings against 31 vendors. That's swell. So so they're still trying to seize and sell the consignment inventory that we talked about, I think, like a month ago.
Right.
And the court told them, well, the only way you can do this is if you file individual proceedings with every one of these vendors who are claiming that you're holding consignment, and that includes people from Ablaze LLC all the way to Zenescope Entertainment. It's a lot of people, A to Z. So they just couldn't file a single motion to seize the inventory. They needed to file separately, and then each one has to be agreed individually. So some of the other vendors that are tied up in this: Titan Comics, Paizo, Oni Press, Goodman Games, Fantagraphics Books, and Fantagraphics themselves have claimed they have millions of dollars of inventory at stake. Also Dynamite Entertainment, Dark Horse, and Boom Entertainment, Dark Horse Comics. And so this is mostly due to, and the thing that's making this more complicated, I guess, is Sparkle Pop, the ad populum company that is kind of taking things over, has already been selling consignment stuff before this was even sorted out, because the warehouse that they took control of was such a mess. There was no way to tell what was consignment, what was anything.
Okay.
So they were just selling stuff, and they have an excuse. They actually responded to this when people are like, "What are you doing?" So so far, the consignment publishers are trying to get access to the 1.57 million generated by unauthorized sales already.
Wow.
And Sparkle Pop has replied and said why and what was going on. So they said they have stopped and they're awaiting the determination for who they need to pay. So so Sparkle Pop is took over Diamond's comics and toys distribution. Its sales of the inventory were due to lack of action by Diamond, like nothing was getting resolved, but they have sequestered the funds from these sales and are kind of waiting to see who gets these, where they go. So back in August 26th, there was a court order for Sparkle Pop to stop selling the consignment inventory and pay what it had sold. But Diamond did not remove any of this consignment inventory from their website. In the warehouse, it was all commingled, the Olive Branch warehouse that they took over. So they continued to fulfill orders out of concern that they would be liable for damages, from this inventory, like, getting age. It's paper, so for getting age or damage. So as the value of the inventory declined, they thought they might be liable for damages to the unsold merchandise. So they have held on to it, but the valuation of this inventory was a little bit under question. So what they sold was higher than the amount in Diamond's original motion about this consignment inventory. So the 1.57 of this inventory, 515,000 was received from consignment vendors after the closing of this bankruptcy procedure. And Sparkle Pop has also said that it has incurred over $433,000 in shipping costs, which Diamond is obligated to pay.
Wow. All right.
So this
how are they going to pay if they're
I don't know if they're being liquidated.
Yeah,
I have no idea. So their comment on this is talking about Diamond's motion for this to seize this consignment. This is nothing short of an attempt to circumvent their ongoing dispute between debtors and consignors, in hopes that the court will award the debtors damages with respect to the consigned inventory prior to any determination that the debtors even hold a valid ownership interest. So it continues on. Yes. So the court has ordered that these proceeds from these sales need to be protected and they need to be held until we decide what to do. But that's just making probably things worse, in making it harder to go forward. And so you don't even know what you're buying then anymore. Yeah. So whatever you're finding from any of these publishers on different websites.
Well, I guess knows? I was thinking about it, and it was unrelated. There was something else, like a different TTRBG like distributor kind of thing, where something similar happened. I forget the name, but one of the only things you could do is maybe not even order direct from the publisher, right? Because who knows, like you said, who knows where it's right going to be coming from. And
a few of the publishers, like we were talking about, they've halted kind of physical sales for a little while. Right. Yeah, so they're kind of waiting until all the tariff stuff is sorted out, so they're not eating. Yeah.
Man, that's just one big disaster, because if the companies aren't selling anything, where are they going to get money to make new stuff? And it's just you're sitting on that's basically it, right? You're sitting on all this stuff that is ours and we should be able to sell. Yep. And we can't.
And so they're waiting for all of that to resolve. So yikes. But in the meantime, if you're interested in playing some Paizo games, well, heck, why not play them in 5e? So recently appearing on D&D Beyond are the Abomination Vaults. So Abomination Vaults have arrived on D&D Beyond. This is Pathfinder's most infamous mega dungeon. Okay. So as the gauntlet gleams, the Abomination Vaults will open, now in 5e. This is even one more place to find this. So I guess this isn't a bad thing for Paizo, even though you probably won't play it. They're taking their settings and they're kind of licensing them out to different rule sets. So I guess it depends on if these things were written with kind of original Pathfinder in mind, and they may not work as well or whatever in other systems, but chances are that they are adaptable. So yes, you can go deeper into the dungeon from levels 1 to 11. You can do this mega crawl. So the deeper you go, the higher the levels are. Yes. So the setting for Abomination Vaults. Centuries ago, an evil sorcerer used this complex as a base, raising an army of monsters of his own design to unleash upon the world and become a sorcerer king. That didn't happen, and instead a thriving town sprang up nearby.
Why not? Like you can't start from the beginning like he was going to control the world. That didn't happen. Okay, why not? Anyway.
I guess you'll maybe find out. So this is the Pathfinder setting, Galarian, and this is maybe the first time you could play 5e. You could play.
So let me get this straight. This is originally a module, or a rather like famous module
mega dungeon,
for Pathfinder.
Right.
Don't know which.
Probably first. I don't know.
Or it doesn't necessarily matter.
Second
right?
hasn't been around long enough.
The point is now like, okay, now this adventure module is statted up for 5e.
Right.
As someone who was just recently in a discussion with about like the original OGL and how its actual goal was to like put a stranglehold on games by having everyone just use their system, and how seeing that like the PHB, it wasn't a loss leader, it's like they figured out, okay, for all the amount of money that gets spent on these other things, like people are still coming back and buying the PHB, right? That was the player's handbook. Like that was the point of the OGL. I'm wondering, just kind of, what's their idea here? Do they think that people playing this adventure, this Pathfinder adventure in 5e, is going to convince people to switch over to the Pathfinder system? Or is this just like, you know what, we might as well make crap for other people to buy?
Yeah.
Right? Maybe, after just saying it's probably the latter, right?
Right. Yeah, it's probably just they know there's more people playing 5e. You maybe have been curious about this, you've seen it, but it's not the system so you're not going to play 3.5. That's what they say in this promotion that I thought was kind of funny.
Hey, I'll spawn some hate because Pathfinder and D&D are so radically different.
Yes. So so this may open the door to other Pathfinder adventure paths, but does that mean what happened to the orc? And so is all forgiven now? Just like, hey, sure, we'll give you all of our stuff, and you can play it in 5e, and we're all good now. We're all buddies now, right?
We knew that was going to happen. As long as there's money to be made, everyone's going to be friends, right?
Yeah, right. So so more blah blah blah. So basically you start off at the mysterious lighthouse called the Gauntlight, and it emits a eerie glow, and that leads you to the Abomination Vaults. So now you can explore it without having to learn a new rules engine. Oh, thank goodness. And this is a complete.
You add 2 to that die roll instead of the normal 1.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
No, tell me how I really feel about Pathfinder. All right.
So this is a complete compilation of all of the the whole adventure path. It's using the newest rule set for 5e. Comes with 13 digital maps for D&D Beyond. 16 new magic items and 16 adventure-specific spells. Okay. The one thing that they mentioned too, so this was originally announced at Gen Con, so I'm wondering how this reaction went, but they did mention now D&D Beyond, it does have Sigil, which who knows who's using that, right. But it also, and I think the reason that Sigil was a failure is because they couldn't take the resources away from Maps, and Maps is their free virtual tabletop within D&D Beyond that's just 2D. And so that is now they're transitioning Maps to be free for all users. So this is going to keep. This is maybe what they're trying to do: keep an ecosystem and then have people license their settings into D&D Beyond, and so trying to get more people to move over to that platform by making their Maps VTT free. So we'll see how this goes, and it's very strange that they were trying to create an alternative, and now they're just like, oh, 5.
Is it though? I don't know.
It's just let's give them what they want.
It's all capitalism all the way down. It's all just like, hey, how much money can we make? Huh?
Right. Yeah. So that'll be a thing, and people in the comments were a little bit like, oh, this is weird. Yeah, playing Galarian in 5e, that's kind of strange. But then people brought up, I've been playing Pathfinders, in Savage Worlds for a while, so it goes into other systems, and it's all okay. Don't worry about it. But yes, so speaking of Pathfinder, there is, if you wanted to get into the second edition, which is a change, it eliminates the OJL, it moves away from D&D 3.5 into its own thing.
All right, I'll stop with the jokes about how far away.
But of course, a humble bundle is raising money for charity as well as the digital files, and like they've done with previous Pathfinder bundles in the past, this has a physical component as well.
Oh, really?
So if you pledge the highest level, you have to give them an address. I think you have to pay shipping, but you'll get an actual book, not just PDFs. So explore delve the depths of Pathfinder 2E. For as little as $5, you can get the second edition beginner set, the Lost Omens World Guide, the core GM screen, some character sheets, and more adventure paths. But so it's just kind of the beginner rules, and then you have to go up to the $10 more gives you at $15. Then you get the player core, the GM core, more adventures, and a lot of the digital versions of their flip maps. So Pathfinder is a bit more tactical. They have a lot of pawns and flip maps, and they're done really well. I'm not sure printing them is that feasible, printing.
But if you have like a VTT, maybe you could rip them in there.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, these would go right into a VTT and work beautifully. But in person, not so much.
Who plays in person anymore?
Yeah, what's going on? So at the $30 tier, you'll basically get everything that they're offering, including the Monster Core, the Player Core 2, more adventure paths, the Lost Omens, another Lost Omens book. But for the ultimate amount, which is a little bit pricey, I think it's $45. Yeah, I think it's up to
$45. That's like the cost of a single hardback book.
Right. Yeah. Right. That will give you everything plus the Pathfinder Monster Core sketch cover edition. So this is a $60 book basically. So you'll be getting it at a discount, and then you'll get everything else, the $428 worth of PDFs at a $90 or 90% discount. The only problem is what the physical book gives you is a code to get the book for free on the Paizo web store. That means you're still paying shipping. Yeah. So they've got to get it to you, and if you're living far away, Paizo does not understand how to charge shipping.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're really expensive. Yeah, if you order outside of the U.S. But
shipping only goes to the U.S., right? Yeah.
Yes, I think the last time they did this with Starfinder, they included the physical starter box in the Starfinder.
Okay.
2E. Yeah, so they've done this before, and it's kind of a people that just want a little bit more than the PDFs. But so this available through September 25th, all this Pathfinder 2 second edition, Paizo goodness. And of course, I totally missed the charity, but it's for a worthy cause as well. So each of these bundles is aligned with a specific charity. But so I'll put the link to that as well. And that's going to do it. So where can people find you?
Instagram now, mostly. If at all. Yeah.
Very good.
My throat.
Uh-oh.
It's Hivemind, HYVEMYND, where last I'm just slowly trying to paint more 2mm little people. Right? You would think, as small as they are and as quickly as they paint up, I would be done by now.
Yeah.
It's called having a family.
Right.
It's just not happening. Right? Yeah. Anyway, so how about you?
So yes, I am. Oh boy, yeah, I got to catch up on my cartoons. So there was a technical problem with the website, so nothing went live for the entire month of August for my cartoon. But Abuse Cartoons on YouTube and Twitch, abusecartoons.com if you want to read their website or want to read the comic. It's gocomics.com/domestic abuse. You can catch up on that, and I'll get going on that for the rest of September. If you like what we're doing here on the weekly, consider becoming a weekling.
The strongest of all supporters.
You can do that at patreon.com/upturntable, and there's different tiers that you can pledge, and I've still left it open, so if you want to become a weekling for free, you still have the chance. So
best deal on the internet.
So register as a register as a free subscriber on Patreon, and then you can there's a code that will then upgrade you for 3 months to celebrate our 300th episode, which we're getting far past now.
Oh yeah. I forgot about that. I was like, coming up on? No, we passed. Yeah.
No, we passed it.
We pulled the WotC.
But that'll get you access to the Discord, which means that you can jump into the actual Discord call after Chris leaves, we're gonna talk it up with.
I see how it is. After Chris leaves.
After Chris leaves, we'll talk about. Can you believe that? Yes. So give that a shot. And upturntable.com is the website, and Upturned Table on all social media.
Yeah.
So thank you for joining us. We'll be back again next week.
Later, mortals.
Goodbye. Let's get centered a little bit here. Oof. So how is everybody doing? So yeah, feel free if you're on the Discord to jump into the oh, I should do the weekly. Yeah, I'll do the weekly. Jump into the weekly live a voice chat channel and we can talk. But oh, hey Abyss, thank you so much. Gifting a membership. So who's going to get that? I hope not me. Matt and I seem to get them. But thank you so much, Abyss. Much appreciated. But it's good to be back. It's good to see everyone. All right. So yeah, and so we'll get back to it. We'll probably do character creation for Terry tomorrow. Figure out how Abyss has become a member. Yes. Did you gift yourself? What happened? And yeah, so we'll get back to it on tomorrow, so Friday night. And let's see, yeah, and so Call of Cthulhu, we'll try the Edge of Darkness scenario from the starter box. So it's a little bit more involved. We did the very simple kind of paper chase scenario with just Will and Matt. But yeah, we'll add a character and see how much more intense it goes. Yeah, because this, I think each of the starter boxes, they kind of increase, because you can do the first one, paper chase, as just one keeper and one player. You need at least 3 players. For the second one, 2 to 3 players. They recommend like up to 5, and then the next one will need at least 3 as well. So they'll increase in difficulty and insanity. But let me take a look back through the chat here. Nice. Oh, Dominic received the welcome, Dominic. Received the membership. Abyss, 37 months. Thank you so much, Abyss. Oh my. Yeah, great to be back. All right. Yeah, I wish there was a specific way. That was the thing that was strange about Patreon as well, is you can gift people memberships, but only if they're already on Patreon, like they're already a free subscriber to your Patreon, and not all people turn that on. So yeah, it's kind of a weird system. I guess they'll be changing it. All right, sorry, the chairs and everything are making lots of noise. All right, but yeah, it's good to be back. Thanks for being here when I got back. Yes, we'll find out what the brothers are up to. Oh no problem, Matt. Not at all. The channel is open if anybody wants to jump in. But we'll just go back through. Yeah, so yeah, just took a look at that. I was surprised. Pinnacle is still doing it with Deadlands. It's very funny. Yeah, I'm still very curious, because I've always wanted to do the that original 1E Pathfinder adventure path. The totally blanking on the name of it, but that would be maybe fun in Savage Pathfinder. But I do hate that term bennies. I think that turned me off. That's one of those like Canadian expressions that you get. Everything becomes has a cute little IE at the end. So instead of benefits, it's bennies. So that doesn't work in kind of all settings. Hey Vero, thanks. Good to see you. Nice. Yeah. So I had to get shaved, had to get respectable. But yeah, that was brutal. That was not fun, because I had the beard for so long that getting that hacked off was pretty crazy. All right, but yeah, we'll get back to it. In the 3D printers going, so expect to see more. We'll review, because now there are so many frontiers and campaigns, different promotions and things that My Mini Factory is doing with like real game companies. So we're going to see a lot more of that. So we'll start to review stuff like that. There was a Game of Thrones miniatures game that was done digitally that we didn't really promote or do anything about, but the Trench Crusade did their digital release, so we can take a look at some of those models, and they keep coming out. There was an Elder Scrolls. I think that the new minis for Elder Scrolls they're doing digitally as a frontier on My Mini Factory, so there's more of that coming out. That's Modifius, I think. So yeah, everyone's getting involved. Nice. Very good. So, uh-oh. Messages are glitching. No. All right. But yeah, it's good to be back. My, energy's going to be, we might have like shorter streams because certain positions are hard to sit in at certain times. I've basically been cut in half. Nice, but yeah, it'll be good. It'll be good to get back to things. I'll be staying in the city for a while, so I'll be at the office. I'll be doing everything from the office, so maybe less. Cartooning is going to be hard, so we'll see how that goes. But I'll try to catch up on everything soon. Benny's and poker cards and chips, are weird when you play a game other than Deadlands. Yeah, it seems like that system was made so specifically for that, to just transition it. I think it's Foundry that has the full like official modules for Savage Pathfinder from that. What is it called? That something. What is that original? Yeah, but that one of the first adventure paths. So yeah, we'll see if we get a chance to do something like that. But lots of other stuff to get up to, and I guess the replicant book is kind of getting finished for Blade Runner. I'm not sure if we'll do anything with that. We've still got the third Alien cinematic adventure, and there's another one I guess coming out, right, with their new revised rules, which I think are coming soon. So oh yeah, Red Sonja. Yes, I have not watched the new Red Sonja, but I saw a couple of reviews of it, and nobody said it was terrible. It's like it is what it is. Like they made it specifically, to kind of be that kind of that kind of movie. And I think Matt was saying like 80s sword and sorcery. Yeah, and I wonder there's like funny things with that character that I wonder if they did in the story. The reviews didn't get too much into it. I think they were like spoiler free, so they didn't want to get too much into it. But the stuff they did in the comics, like she can't, go to bed with any man who can't defeat her, and she has like she was endowed with this amazing sword fighting ability from the gods. So I wonder if they included that kind of stuff in the movie. But I guess that movie was kind of in pre-production hell for a while. Like there different people were kicking it around, and it was not going to get made. And the original person they cast, which is the actress that plays Ghost in the in the MCU movies, that was the original star, and she walked away from it. I don't know if she would have been any better, because she's got an athletic build too. So yeah, it's not. I don't know. They didn't go for a curvy Red Sonja, is what it looked like. Nice. Yeah. There was a weird history with it, like the people that were originally involved, and when I guess the original screenplay was going around for this. But it seems like they don't the Conan, the what's his face, Aquaman, Khal Drogo Conan remake was really bad. The tone was really bad. It was really off. And even in the like, oh, it's just, you know, in that like 90s sword and sorcery, or like I guess 80s, in that 80s sword and sorcery way, you couldn't even have fun with it because it took itself really seriously. It was cast really badly, kind of like the John Carter, the Disney John Carter. It was just cast so badly, you couldn't even enjoy it just for being stupid fun. It was just really bad. So I was afraid that the Red Sonja would be like that as well, just wrong tone and not getting it. They made Red Sonja a knife fighter. Interesting. Yeah. But I hope there's kind of a resurgence of cheesy sword and sorcery. That would be great. You just need to find someone that, like, you know, understands the tone, or is like a who's that cheesy horror movie, Blumhouse, Blumhouse, yeah, that just like cranks stuff out. Most of them suck, but occasionally there's something fun. I wish there would be a studio like that would just crank those out, like cheap, everything's shot in the woods, or, you know, kind of like how in the 90s, like the Uwe Boll and those kind of like everything shot in Eastern Europe that was all weird sword and sorcery stuff. They were doing those for a while because they were cheap and there was like castles they could use in the background and stuff. But it'd be fun to see some more of that. But I think we're probably going to get sci-fi streaming series before we get much more fantasy, because I think that, and that's the problem, like everybody wants fantasy to be Game of Thrones, like wants to it to be, you know, have mass appeal and you know, get a bigger following, and I don't think that's ever going to happen again. So yeah, that's too bad. Yeah, I think they really could, and it's a shame that there isn't more people experimenting with sci-fi fantasy stuff. Oh wow, so Red Sonja was set in Hyboria and made a reference to Conan. Oh, interesting. Yeah, Abyss. Yeah, I agree. Like, oh yeah, what they do with horror movies, like, you know, do low budget, just crank stuff out, and most of it's, you know, barely watchable, but there'll be some gems in there. Just kind of like all the post-apocalypse, like 70s and 80s crap that was cranked out, and yeah, just find cheap places to film and just go with it. Or like all the Philippines movies, you know, that were done in the 80s. Yeah, just all the weird action stuff shot in the Philippines. Just do that kind of thing. Yeah, I don't know. It's just weird because the streaming services, the original stuff just has the wrong idea. I think they want names because they think that gets them new subscribers. So if they get big names, then they have to have big budgets, and then it's a bunch of CG crap, and yeah, it's really weird. The way the economics are working for streaming is really bad. But I wonder if one of these like free streamers would start to experiment with you know, real low budget kind of B movie schlock for that would be so much fun. And to, like, you know, do that thing where they resurrect or have like cameos from, like, you know, the people that did those movies in like the 80s and 90s and are still around, and yeah, the kind of people that, you know, you get autographs from at conventions. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah. So Epic Warpath showed up, and we joined the playtest for that, but didn't have enough time to play games, so we're not included in that. We didn't give them enough feedback for it to even count. But yeah, we got 3 factions from that, so hopefully we can get that on the table. I like the system, and they really during the playtest really did some nice fine tuning, and there's a lot of digital assets as well. So hopefully those will be coming to the Mantic platform, their thingamajig, whatever it's called. But their digital platform's got a lot of stuff. Oh yeah. No, I agree, Abyss. Yeah, so yeah, Neon and A24 definitely. They're doing some really interesting stuff that wouldn't get made otherwise, and yeah, that's nice. That's nice that these mid-budget or kind of low-budget and artier films and stuff are being made. Yeah, I think that's good. Oh, that's right, the same guy. Yeah. Same person that did the Solomon Kane movie. Yeah. That's all right. Yeah, what do you guys think about should someone like the director or even like actors, involved in a project, should they be big fans of the material? Does that make it harder to actually do, follow through with, a director's vision or the screenwriter's story? If people are big fans and have strong opinions, or is it better to have people that have no experience, with the material and just, are reading the book or looking at the comics or whatever on the, on the set as they're waiting for their scenes and familiarizing themselves? Because I've heard kind of both ways. I've heard both sides of it. And I think we've seen in the streaming, like with a Wheel of Time and stuff, with people that don't really have any love for the material, don't do it, they don't tell it very well. They don't do it justice. They change it to be almost unrecognizable. But I forget who that was, but somebody was arguing that it just becomes too complicated when everybody's got an opinion about what this should look like or what this should be. Yeah, so we'll see. Oh yeah, but so yeah. So I'll be slowed down for a little bit, but probably by October, things should be back up to speed. And there's so many things now that I want to do, like so many more things I'd like to do on the channel that I'll try. And I need to thank you, Matt. Matt needs you needed the Upturned Table award. We have to have some award ceremony now, so Matt can get something for keeping the channel alive while I was like completely out of commission. That was great. The fighting fantasy and the not necessarily the news, and even the you did the Warhammer video game stream. You did the RTS Warhammer stuff. Thanks, Matt. That was so fun, and it was really good for me to have a familiar voice to listen to and just to like lurk on the stream on my own channel. You did great stuff. Thank you so much, Matt. And feel free to continue any of that stuff because that was really fun. And yeah, things went really well. I'm glad because we kind of talked about, before I had to take time off, Matt and I talked about like logistically, like how you would do that and what software and stuff. And we just got Matt set up with YouTube. And but that was great. Yeah, thanks so much for doing all that stuff. Yeah, because I think with no streams and anything for like 2 weeks on the channel, I think just boom, you guys might not even find us anymore. There'll be no notifications. There'll be nothing left. Yeah, because and I've heard there's been a lot of some of the bigger channels have been complaining about whatever YouTube is doing with AI now, how they're sorting things and choosing things and demonetizing things. And so they've changed. They've switched over, like they've moved away from whatever algorithms they were using before to some sort of AI, more just like a more complicated algorithm basically. But they've changed the system, and people are saying that a lot of their videos that they're making big money on have just taken a huge dive in viewers. We haven't noticed anything because we don't get enough views to ever for it to register so strongly, but maybe it'll be good for smaller channels. That might be nice. They spread it around a little more. Yeah, definitely, Abyss. Yeah, come up with some more stuff for Matt to stream. That would be great. Yeah, good stuff. Nice. Matt said it was fun, but also, I had to bang my head against the wall after each one. Yeah. But thanks. That was, yeah, you showed up so much on the channel. That was really great. And yeah, it was great for me to see a notification like, oh, thank goodness, something to listen to. Yeah, good stuff. But we will be back, with some actual play tomorrow and try the next. I really love those modules for alchemy that did for Call of Cthulhu are really great. So those will be fun to use for a little while. So we've got there was quite a bit in that bundle. So we've got the whole starter set, those 3 adventures, and then a couple of the bigger campaigns. So we can decide where we want to go, or if we want to keep continuing after we do the second and third one, and and if the characters survive, because it's not It's not a high survival game. I was worried because even with that first adventure, that paper chase, there was a good possibility if you ran into things the wrong way, that you're just done. Your character's just in an asylum after a single session. So that's pretty funny. But yeah, so, and I'll warn Matt, and you can show this, not to metagame too much, and I'll warn the players on the stream as well as the keeper. Be careful what you read, and be careful. So there might be certain characters that should read things and then paraphrase to the other players what's going on, because if everybody, like, because there's gonna be a lot more handouts and stuff in this next part. So just be careful what you read is all I have to say. Just to give you fair warning. It's going to get more intense. And you guys, if you guys already played Call of Cthulhu, so you know that. But I was just surprised the lethality jumps up considerably. Oh, nice. So Matt's editing part 2 of Warlock of Firetop Mountain. That was so fun. That was lots of nostalgia. That was really good. Good stuff. I remember those books very well. Oh. Yeah, there were so many too. In the 80s, especially, like they had the book sales, like at a lot of the public schools, they would just have an order form that you would get and just order various paperbacks. So I had a bunch of those kind of choose your own adventure type deals. I think D&D did a series of them, and yeah, there were a bunch of those floating around back in the day. But I like finding fantasy because it was more of it's a system, like it's an actual game system. It's not just choose your own adventure. You've got combat and hit points and stuff. So that's much more fun. Kind of like the Lone Wolf, the John Deaver stuff. It's a game system, in a book. So more similar to the Tunnels and Trolls solo adventures. You're using a numeric system or jumping to pages to tell the story, but you have character death and combat and inventory and stuff you have to track. Nice. Oh yeah, Abyss, board game simulator. That's true. There's some good stuff. Good stuff on that. That might be fun. I think on the channel, we played a war game. I think I played one of the Corvus Belli kind of board game war games on the channel with Nick a while ago. But there's so much content done for that, and you can bring, that's the funny thing with war games now. There's apps and stuff where you can just take 360 photos of your models and then import those directly into Board Game Simulator and stuff, so you can have your own painted models that you have in real life in the Board Game Simulator to do war games and stuff. And it's really fun. The virtual version of the war game stuff is really fun because you can literally, like, line of sight and stuff, like playing Infinity and stuff, you can literally drop down to the eye line of the model and look and see, who you can see and where you can see, so you can be really exact and put yourself, like, literally the camera can go on the ground right next to the model, which is fun. I'd love to figure out a way to film stuff well in person, so like when we're playing Frostgrave and stuff, you guys can have some of that. I think it's still the best way that I've seen it is like you're gaming one-handed and basically holding a camcorder the whole time and talking into it. So I don't know. That might be like a multi-camera, like give every player a camera and just have them, so do a multi-camera recording of it and then just bring all that footage in and edit it. I don't know. That doesn't sound like a lot of fun. But so we'll see. We'll see how that goes. All right. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, Matt, you got a tough character. You rolled well. His ability, his 12 ability, makes him pretty formidable. Nice. Oh, that's right. Yeah, Matt's gonna have the hardest time. You're the academic. Oh no. You just have to get Terry's character. Here, read this to me. Just hold pages up in front of Terry. Nice. Yeah. There's got to be ways to do it. We have enough space up here. We could figure something out. But we just got to get a good, like, regular. I've got to get a good regular player or some way to do it. I've got a ton of games and a lot of stuff we could play, and just get a kind of standardized way. So have some mics set up and some cameras, and then just do it. But yeah, haven't figured that out yet, but we will. Yeah. So we'll keep and please keep giving us suggestions for content you'd like to see on the channel, and we will see what we can do. But now with the printer, I'll have a lot more reason to get painting and get things up to get things on the table and digital versions of stuff. There's so much stuff now with all the companies that are using my manufacturer, and then all the great Patreons with all the models in there. There's proxies for just everything for 40K, like every kind of edition, every kind of level of 40K, because there's people that are even doing like very retro sculpts. And one guy that had a whole very like 90s, like late 80s, 90s looking Warhammer fantasy, like everything, that all the factions and everything done in the 28 mil scale for Warhammer Fantasy. It looked really good. So there's some great old stuff, old looking stuff, some very retro stuff. So we'll have to find some reasons to play some old rule sets and stuff. That would be fun. But yeah. So we'll get up to all that no goodness. But yeah, we'll be back then. Defrag priest and a gangster. Yeah, Terry will definitely be a cop. That would be so funny. He's just like on the case. He's been following you guys. Although it'd be funny if he's like a cop that's like trying to do like deep cover. He's gonna be like all Serpico and try to bust you guys for your evil doings, but ends up following you on adventures. Nice. Oh, Deep Rock Galactic. Yeah, that's right. Will is a player. That's right. Yeah. Thanks, Matt, for doing games on the channel. I did that. I tried to do that with Vermintide a long time ago, but my computer wasn't handling it well. And that's one of those ones that server connections and stuff can be pretty wonky. So that gets a little frustrating because depending on who's hosting the game, you can have really bad connection issues unless there's somebody very close by. But yeah, there's lots of fun stuff to play. Nice. Oh, Age of Adventure. Nice. Oh, what happened to your face? Hey, I was shorn. I had to sell the my whiskers to make some make some income. Yeah, no, I just had a reset. Just had a minor reset. So I'll be back in about a month to normal growth. But yeah, that was a little bit shocking. Yeah, don't have a beard for too long, because the person that you see after you shave is much older than the person you were when you first started growing that thing. Yeah, but I haven't shaved in a long time. So that was quite an experience. And Japan is not a very shaving country, so they didn't have some the real nice kind of soothing aftershaves and stuff. They don't have any of that here, so it was a little bit rough. Afterwards, there was not much to soothe my razor burn, but yeah, fun stuff. Yeah, I lost a bet. I fell asleep and lost a bet. Yeah, I'm lucky it wasn't just one of those I half shaved, like, so half is gone. Yeah, lost a big bet. All right, but yeah, it's good to see everyone. I'm glad people are still around. Sorry to give any announcement. I was just trying to gauge my energy levels and stuff to see what I can do and what I can't do, and felt like I could make it into the office and do a stream. I just wish there was a good way to stream more casually, like in the city. But we'll get it working tomorrow for Call of Cthulhu, and yeah, so we'll do that. Nice. Yeah, right away. Yeah, pretty fast. It's not. That was the thing I was surprised about, because it's been so long since I shaved that like I didn't have an immediate like 5 o'clock shadow. It took a little bit. It took a little while, because I hadn't been shaving very regularly, so it grew slower. Actually, like here grows faster than here because I'm always shaving this. So yeah, that was kind of weird, but yeah, just felt old and very vulnerable without the whiskers. But yeah, and I remembered that, like, you know, younger, like having a beard on and off, and shaving that felt so good. That was such a nice feeling to like be clean shaven again. But this didn't. This was pretty brutal. It was a real hack job trying to get all of that off. But so be careful what you bet on. All right. Well, cool. Yeah, good to see everyone. Definitely. Yeah, Miguel's still missing. Yeah. That's right. I've got a Warzone Eternal mini for Miguel. He better show back up. They're finally fulfilling my Warzone Eternal pledge. So I'll have the rule book and the fiction book to take a look at. The rules, the PDF has already been released, and then we'll put together some minis. I got a ton of old metal Warzone minis, and put together some small forces and give those rules a shot and see how that system works, where you're aligning with, you know, kind of light or dark. I don't know. Yeah. Good to be back, Matt. Thanks. And we will resume our regularly scheduled actual plays. So some Call of Cthulhu tomorrow, and then we'll decide from there. This though will be a few sessions, 2 to 3 sessions at least, because it builds, and there's some time. You know, like I think this is probably, as opposed to like the 2 days I think that in game that the last one took. This one can take, you know, literally weeks, depending on, you know, where you go and what you want to do. So we'll see. But yeah, looking forward to it. And yeah, so let me wrap up before I start hurting too bad. And I will see everybody soon. So thanks so much for hanging out, and we will. That's right. I gotta put more BattleTech. That's why Miguel needs to be lured with some BattleTech news. All right, but everybody take care, and thank you for the members for the YouTube and the patrons, and thank you Abyss for the gift membership, and hopefully we'll see Dominic around, and yeah, we'll be back again tomorrow with some Call of Cthulhu. So thanks so much for watching. See you again soon. Goodbye.